So I want to record a video with just the general layout of the ClickUp user interface on your cell phone. So just to navigate, and you won't be able to see my clicks necessarily on this video, but top left-hand corner, you see the three little bars across the board. If I click on those, that's going to open up kind of like your navigation bar. So you can see there's the home screen, there's your inbox, you got your favorites, which if I click on it down, those are opening up any lists that I've made my favorites in the past, and so that's an easy way to access your favorites. You can see the spaces, which should look familiar to how it looks on your computer. So if you were going to go to like construction projects, you can see the construction projects and keep navigating down through there. Minimize that. You can see some dashboards and some docs. And so for the point of this video, I'm not going to go into any more of those details because I'm just trying to show the highlights and the overview of it. You can see this little gearbox right next to where it says Fetters Construction. If I click on that gearbox, this allows me to change some of the settings specifically on my phone. And so you can see sound effects if I want to turn those on or off. You can scroll down. I can change this from light mode to dark mode to system, whatever is your preference as far as the visuals here. So we'll keep it kind of just for my preference, I kind of like the dark. Across the board here, not a ton of stuff that you need to do, but most of this stuff is more like big picture user interface as to how you're going to use the settings there. So going to minimize that out. Now, if I come back here, this is probably what most people are familiar with. They probably have it set up where it's opening in recents here. And so depending on how it looks, this can be really complicated to kind of scroll through and kind of understand what's happening. I would recommend, kind of clicking through each one of these and just seeing what's there. In another video, I'll show you how to customize which one is first and the order of these to make it a little easier to see. Again, this is just an overview of the entire interface so you can kind of see it. On the bottom section, you see the home, you see create, you see your inbox, and you see my work. And so each one of those things will kind of allow you to, if you hit the create button with the plus sign, that's going to allow me to create a new task. So this is showing you that it's creating a new task. So I can call this a trial task. And you can see that it says in personal list. And so directly above it where it says in and it says personal list, there's a little drop down. That's going to actually allow you to decide which list you want to make it in. So you can see I can scroll down through each one of these things. It's got a little check mark next to the personal list. But if I wanted to put it in the production meeting, for example, or maybe the legendary huddle, I can easily select that, click done. And now you can see that this is going to put that list in there. So if I was running MD or if I was running Slick City, I can easily go down here and change that across the board. Now it'll allow me to tap and add some descriptions or, kind of work through anything else. I can change some of the formatting. Don't really need to do that. But coming back up here, you can see this little plus, these little three dots in this area. You can see I can do multiple functions where I can do create and close, which like if I'm walking around a job site and trying to do a punch list and I just want to keep creating tasks and I don't want to necessarily open a full screen, I just want to create it and close it. What that's going to allow me to do is just hit create and it's going to close that task and create it exactly where I just put it inside that list. And so you can play around with each one of those features, see what works best for you. Coming now, going from create, now we're going to go to inbox. You can see kind of here's the inbox across the board. So this is all the messages, very similar to an email, but in some cases a little easier because it's more specific based on tasks. So just to kind of look at this, I'm going to open up this task and it's going to tell me what I need to see. So in this task, yesterday at the production meeting, we said ensure we have fire alarms and CO detectors. Looking down at that, it looks like it was assigned to Tracy. Tracy yesterday marked it, or sometime he marked it from to do to complete. And Tracy really nicely put a note in here and said, Dave Green has already picked these up and ready for the install. And so a couple things that I can do. If I want to open up the task, I can certainly click down in the left-hand corner and hit open task. And you can see I can find a little bit more details. It was due August 5th, so yesterday. If I want, I can open up the activities and kind of see a little bit more of the details associated with this. It shows that I opened it yesterday. I set the due date, and so I can do very similar functions here and say, at Tracy, good job, or whatever the case. If I can spell. And post that. Now when I come back here, I can easily click the clear button and move on to the next one. And so this allows me to kind of go through my inbox and be able to open it up and see exactly what's happening on here. If I don't need to do anything with it, I can just hit the clear button and kind of keep working through my notifications. And so all cleared messages go here to the cleared. So again, just trying to show you all the navigation associated with it. If you clear a notification, you're like, oh man, I really want to go back to that and see it. You can certainly go back to clear, but it will always default on your primary. If you open up my work, this is going to show you anything that's due today. So you can kind of see today is Wednesday, August 6th. I have 3 things that are on my list of stuff to do. These are all on my calendar, and I have 7 overdue tasks. So that's what it's showing. So again, that's what I just wanted to show there. Final thing in this video is the search feature. So down bottom left-hand corner, I'm going to hit the home button just to go back to home. You can see the search thing is here. I can easily search through any of the tasks. This is probably the easiest thing to do in order to try to figure out, like if I wanted to go to MDE and look at that, you can see all the activities that it's coming up with MDE. So if I see schedule for MDE, I could click on that. If I wanted to go to the activity planning, I would click on the second one, or excuse me, the third one from the top, or the PCO log. Again, all I did was really simply remember, hey, I'm going to look for the MDE projects, and you can see anything with these icons is going to show us whether or not it's a task or it's a list. And so it makes it really easy for me to open up the MDE schedule directly like that. So I'm going to go back to my home screen again. And I'm going to search for another task, like maybe bollards, because I know there was something that I needed to do for bollards. And so what it's going to do is it's going to allow me to look, and I can see order bollards for the car barn reno task. That's the one I was looking for. Again, just used a real simple search for bollards, and I can open this up and see order bollards. This was assigned to Tracy. He marked it complete. That means the work was done. And so I can come in here and see any of the activity associated with it. So again, get familiar with the search feature. In other videos, I'll show you how to kind of customize the layout here to make it a little easier for you to see.